Peace, fam. This is Sis Kathy Vett coming back with another Country Wayne skit. Let's finish this conversation between Shauna and Anthony.
Yeah.
It's like you got a little bit of script. Your counsels didn't change.
I did. Originally I thought my appetite or my eyes were bigger than my appetite. But, after speaking with you, food tastes better.
Absolutely.
When somebody speaks life into you.
Absolutely. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I'm here to speak life to you and remind you who you are in God.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Miss Shauna, you have this maternal instinct, like you know how to speak to a man. And I appreciate that. I really do.
You're welcome.
I really do.
It's not so much of me as God speaking through me to just give you a reminder of who you are. He will use us as vessels just to remind you that you're fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God. And you are a man of God. Sometimes we got to remember, and sometimes we got to encourage ourselves. Through the worst times in our lives, we have to encourage ourselves. But you got it going on.
I appreciate it. Yeah, and I'm sorry to have dumped all that stuff about Amber on you.
It's all right. It's all right. And you can share anything with me. Anything you're going through with your situation, you can. And I'm sorry to hear how Amber's been treating you. I'm sorry to hear what you've been going through. There's got to be something very hard to see your wife just talk to you, talk down at you. And I know that can be very demeaning and demasculating to a man. So I understand that.
Yeah, Miss Shauna, she's done more than just talk bad about me or to me.
Wow. More than that.
Miss Shauna, can I share something with you?
Absolutely.
You not judge me or anything?
No, I don't stand in the judgment seat.
You know who Country Wayne is, right?
Yeah, you're talking about the comedian, right?
Yeah, the one who was at the opening.
Yeah. I got a glimpse of him.
Yeah. So when Amber and I were engaged, Amber and Wayne had an affair.
Affair?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is what we doing, Anthony. This what we gonna do? Oh, okay. When we were engaged, they had an affair. Yes, when we were engaged. You married now. Did that go? What did you do since you've been married? You want to go tell her about Shayla, her best friend, and what you did? Are you going to add that part, Anthony? Huh? You such a snake. You want to tell it, bruh. Tell it all. Tell it all. How long you going to keep talking about that? The fact that you saying this, you just trying to stack the card to make Amber life a living hell in that restaurant. She's happy with that restaurant. She feeling good. Took a little contacts out. And now you trying to make it bad. You are trying to make it very uncomfortable for her to work with Shauna. I want to know if you're going to tell it all.
Yeah, they messed around.
An affair?
Yeah, all the way up until my actual wedding day.
Wow.
You talking about Amber, your wife, right?
Yes.
Oh my
He's such a sleaze bag, and he ain't saying nothing about himself.
Wow.
Look at this.
That's hard to hear.
Yeah. It's just been tough for me to get that out of my mind. I've tried to
You know
try
what?
to block
I
it
can't
out.
stand this man. Because he always
Maybe
try
I'm
to
a
set
fool,
it up
man.
as he's the victim, never accountable.
Well, you gotta love her. You gotta have loved her to marry her. Did you know about it? Did you know about it prior to you marrying her?
I found out after.
After you did what? With her best friend.
So you really started off rocky.
I guess you could say that.
Well, I'm just gonna be praying for you.
And what was you doing?
I hate to hear
Tell it
that.
all. I guess Amber gonna have to tell that part.
Thank you for the food.
You're welcome, Anthony.
This snake.
You're welcome, baby. You're welcome.
This
Have a good
snake.
day.
Look at
You
him.
too.
Look at him. Look at him. Planted that seed. Look at him. Now this woman going back in there now looking at Amber like you some no good Jezebel. You think you all high and mighty, but look what you did to this man. You know what? Get ready, Amber. You know what? I don't know what her attitude gonna be when she find out what he did. But that's wrong, Miss Shauna, to sit up there and now judge Amber or feel bad for him. First of all, he was having an affair with her best friend before he even knew what happened prior to him getting married with Wayne and Amber. He was already doing his dirt before he found out, and this was in the marriage. So before you come down on her, please get the whole story. And that snake sat up there and did that to plant that seed so that woman could have an issue with her and feel bad for him hanging his head low like he did. He is such a devil. Anthony is no freaking good. You know, I hope he gets brought down to his knees all the way down, because he needs some serious humility. The things he crafts and does, manipulate words, leave half truths, not telling a full story, is to set up the deck for the way he want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now he trying to crumble her business. He trying to put a bad plant some seeds to make, you know, he just spewing venom to make things bad for her in this restaurant. It's all a part of Anthony's plan. One way or another, he does things to hurt Amber and bring her down. Now he's the victim. Oh, he was done so bad. Woe is me. Not looking at anything he did. Like Amber just doing him dirty just to be doing it. She treated me so bad. I loved her. She even cheated on me with Wayne. Nothing about himself. Nothing about himself. This is a low down dirty something. Let me tell you something. Anthony, I'm at the point right now where I want to see more karma for Anthony than I do Shayla. I don't even feel the same about Shayla's karma anymore, to be honest with you, because I know a lot of how she thinks. A lot has to do with her mother, how she was brought up, the way she was raised, as opposed to Zachary. That's why they so different. They were raised different. There's certain things that's so childlike about Shayla. It's almost like a child that hasn't been raised is trying to fend for herself, and she only, you know, absorbs the words, grasps the words of her mom. That's the one who could get to her. That's why I don't like, you know, Angelina saying all this madness and doing the things she does and saying the things she does, because, you know, she really damaging Shayla. But I'm glad Shayla had told her, Mom, this man was controlling me. You know, this was a married man. You'd rather meet with him than with Iman. It's just, you know, wrong motives behind that. Angelina's wrong for that. But, you know, hopefully she can get on the road to doing better. But she's still going to get hers. She's still going to get hers. But Anthony is just a few notches above Shayla in karma for me. Because he is a crafty, low down, dirty something. For real. He goes deeper and he's more smarter with his mischief and his manipulation. But yeah. What do you think about this? You think Amber's going to let Miss Shauna know the truth? And what do you think behind what Anthony did in telling the story and leaving so much out? All right, put in the comments, family. Thanks. Peace.